Help me make sure pictures, okay? Yep, then we'll do them all at once. Next, it's a proclamation for Solutions for Change, and if Chris Magason could come up, President and CEO, and bring your team with you. Solutions for Change has been an organization that's been around for almost 20 years, and I can remember many years ago, one of the first meetings I attended as a council member, I went with Frank Bench over to the city of Vista to meet Chris. And it's somewhat humorous, but I can remember when he first started, just like many people first start in an organization or a business, and you're kind of trying to rub two nickels together to make a quarter, and sometimes you're lucky to get a nickel back. But Chris had the perseverance to just keep moving and moving and moving forward. And today it's really an honor to give him this proclamation tonight, and to where he has actually brought Solutions for Change to this point in time. And he's really, in all sincerity, he has created an organization that can really change homelessness. And it's not something he's wanting to do, it's something that he has done. And he's done it for many years. He's proven that his model works, and there's many examples of that. And one of the first things you hear of the 5 mayors in North County talking about a lot of things in the future. One of the first things that I'm proud to say is that one of the first proclamations that we've given out that all 5 mayors have signed is for Chris and Solutions for Change. So tonight, I'm here to give Chris this proclamation. And just let me take a moment to read the proclamation. Family homelessness is a challenge with an impact on every city in North County, and it results in unacceptable living conditions for adults and their children, has a negative impact on multiple generations of adults and children, diminishes the quality of our communities, and leads to increased total cost of public support while impairing productivity. Whereas Solutions for Change has pioneered an effective program of creating access to the knowledge, skills, and resources that results in a permanent solution to family homelessness, thus restoring families to a productive place in our communities while lowering the total cost of public support. Whereas the mayors of the cities of Carlsbad, Escondido, Oceanside, San Marcos, and Vista declare it a region-wide imperative that permanent solutions to family homelessness be pursued. We hereby pledge and promise to move this imperative forward using the vision, model, and plan developed by North County Solutions for Change, known as Solutions for Change Model. Whereas it is our intent and promise to advance the goals of this imperative throughout the region for the purpose of developing more access to the Solutions for Change model and to support the replication and the scaling of this model, thereby creating more efficient and faster access to the educational, employment, income, and health resources that homelessness families need to gain and sustain housing stability. Now therefore be it hereby resolved jointly by Mayor Hall, Mayor Abed, Mayor Wood, Mayor Desmond, and Mayor Ritter that we hereby draw the attention of the public to this regional imperative led by North County Solutions for Change and acknowledge and thank the community for their commitment to moving this imperative forward. Again, thank you.
I want to thank Mayor Hall for bringing the idea of this joint proclamation forward. I understand he's working on a lot of regional issues with the other mayors, and I also understand that this is the first ever 5-mayor joint proclamation that's been done in North County. And so that's a really big deal for us. We've been on the front lines of this problem for a long time, and the fact that Mayor Hall and his colleagues they've taken a decisive and unified position in addressing one of the toughest challenges that our country faces. These are kids with no homes. These are children who are sleeping in cars and tents, in shelters, and who are in this thing that we call the churn. They're trying to get out, but they can't get out. Many of them can't. We have over 500,000 children in the country today that are in this thing that we call the churn. They're stuck in it. They are trying everything that they can to get out. And if you just think about within 100 miles of where we're at right now, tonight, there's over 3,000 homeless children right now, tonight, that are stuck in this thing called the churn. And these are our kids. These are little boys and girls who are getting set up for the next generation of homelessness. And what I love about Mayor Hall, I remember 18 years ago, and one thing that he said that I disagree with, it wasn't 2 nickels, it was 2 pennies. And it was truly just a gritty effort to go in after these kids, to bring them out of homelessness, to bring them out of the shelters and get them back into a permanent solution. I just want to say that this, I don't know if Mayor Hall and the other mayors realize this, but they have helped make good on a promise that I made to Jessica 13 years ago when this little girl in a shelter pulled on my sleeve one night, and she looked up at me. She's sleeping on the floor of an emergency shelter. Her dresser is a hefty trash bag. Her mom's rolling out a bedroll on the floor for another night, and she's carrying her baby sister. And she pulls on my sleeve one night. She says, "Hey, mister, do you live here too?" And I'm like, oh, God. And I'll tell you, I'd be lying if I told you this old Marine sergeant didn't get a tear in my eye. So I'm down on one knee, and I say, "You know what, sweetheart, I don't live in this shelter, but I promise I will do everything I can to get you out of this shelter and get you back into a home." And since then, Solutions for Change with this community, because it hasn't just been us, it's been this amazing community of North County, have led over 1,300 kids and 600 families out of homelessness, back into homes equipped with the skills, knowledge, and resources that they need to stay out of homelessness and stay out of the publicly funded churn. That's resulted in a $32 million cost savings for our community here, because we've demonstrated that most of these families were on welfare. So that's my 2 minutes and 15 seconds, and I appreciate the statement that all the mayors in this entire community is making and rallying around our initiative to solve family homelessness. Thank you. Hey, Luce, we'll get some pictures in just a minute.